In Wave 1 of Galaxy version, and perhaps across all of the Blokees toy line, it would be fair to say that Ironhide and Ratchet are the simplest builds. So much so that in Wave 1, the directions treat them as the generic build, only giving special directions to every other character that have unique silhouettes. That's not a slight against this pair. They've always been very solid, very robust, but very simple, minimalist designs for Transformers. And as a result, it kinda gives you the ultimate example of what a Blokees could be, and often is, while also being a nice starter pace. As is tradition for these two G1 alumni, Ratchet and Ironhide are remolds of each other. The only thing that separates them from a mold standpoint is the helmets they use. You can further differentiate them based on the hand options, and even if you would like to give one the gun and one to go without. However, there were also choices made in terms of how the helmet sits on the brow, and the deco to give even more identity. I especially love that Ratchet's windshield is almost more like a lifeline, whereas Ironhide's windshield has a crack, showing that he has been in the midst of a fight and he's ready to go again. A thing I was personally amazed to see was the traditional cross logo on Ratchet's shoulder. Ratchet usually cannot include that due to it being a copyright of the Red Cross organization. However, the two dots on either side and the fact that this is a model kit from China seems to shield Ratchet from the ramifications of any type of legal shenanigans. And as a result, it means that this is one of the very few Ratchets to come out in the 2020s, or really the 2000s as a whole, that actually has the correct shoulder detail. Not to be crass about this, but another point of difference between Ironhide and Ratchet is their pelvis. You can see that Ratchet has different painted details and even different sculpted details. Ironhide has a diamond, whereas Ratchet has vents and his usual deco hits. It's a small detail, dare I say, a very funny detail. However, it does help further differentiate this pair, something that's also helped by just how contrasting their colors are. Of course, Ratchet and Ironhide share the color of red, but making Ratchet a darker red and focusing more on the white detail, whereas Ironhide has the gunmetal gray and the flat gray to work with, it really goes a long way to making these two feel different. The most obvious difference is actually in the face. If you look very closely, you'll notice Ironhide has a slightly wider nose, and past that, Ratchet's helmet goes lower on the brow than Ironhide's does. So those two very tiny details actually do make it look like Ironhide is slightly wider, and Ratchet's a little bit more intelligent and intuitive. Very tiny changes like that can trick your brain and go a long way to making these two feel different. In terms of accessories, both Ironhide and Ratchet come with the figure stand, 2 splayed open hands, 2 closed fists, and a pistol. Ironhide's pistol is red, Ratchet's pistol is white. Past that, you get one unique accessory that can be used on basically every single Blokees model kit. A blast effect. A simple piece of semi-translucent orange plastic that can be placed on the muzzle of the pistol, the blast effect can actually be used on almost every single gun within the Blokees line. The blast effect was only given to Ironhide and Ratchet, and unfortunately I lost Ratchet's during my move. This is a wonderful piece, and I do wish that we could see it in more of the blind boxes, but we've been getting so many new accessories and unique pieces, I think the reason we got this blast effect with Ironhide and Ratchet is entirely due to just how simple they are, a way to keep them more in line with the pricing of the other figures in the wave. Ironhide and Ratchet are exactly what they need to be, simple model kits that are excellent at giving people an idea as to what they should expect from Blokees, and by laying out the usual pattern, it can also give you a greater appreciation for the times that the pattern is changed or somehow diverted, be it with unique builds, different limbs, different accessories. Ironhide and Ratchet are like a starter Pokemon. They're going to be simple, you're going to know exactly what they're getting just by looking at them, but they give you an incredible experience on their own, and an even better experience as part of a team. Whereas Megatron was done in by not feeling unique enough, Ironhide and Ratchet's greatest strength is just how fun they are, despite being the quote-unquote basic build of the wave.